So, if you have seen my last 3 video, you know I was right about one thing in the season finale. It was about Topher Bus putting himself into a box and pretending that he was a woke activist and not to be like his clone father. So, what are my predictions on this whole love triangle that's going to happen in season 3? Probably. Well, in the season finale, the vice principal girl, Candide, finally learned her name. She makes everybody remember what Joan did in a bad way, like sabotaging them. So they're all like super mad at Joan, even Abe. So the chances of him confessing his love to Joan are practically 0. So this is where I think Topher comes in, because, Topher's a maniac. He literally blackmailed, white leveraged Abe. So he'll probably come in, swoop Joan in his arms and be like, oh my god, hey. And Joan will be like, hey. But then Abe still has some feelings. He's like, oh my god, hey. And then it goes into this whole crazy fiasco. Don't get me wrong here. I do not want Topher and Joan to get together. That is far from what I want. Because I still think Topher has feelings for Abe somehow. If you want to learn my reasoning, please go check out my other video. Please. And I know some people might disagree with me, but I still think Joan and JFK should be together because Abe did not deserve her in season 1. And I still don't think so now. So I think that Joan will either get with JFK or nobody. And I strictly stand by this because if Topher did have feelings, which I'm strongly against, I feel like Joan would reject him because she's not that desperate, right? Come on now. And Abe will still be mad unless somebody convinces him not to be mad, which probably will not be JFK, but probably will be JFK. I have no clue how to predict this because some things happen in the show I did not predict at all. But I think I'm a little trustworthy since I got one thing right. So believe me when I say Joan will get with nobody or JFK and Topher will get with Abe. Okay? Trust me on this. And I know some people will be like,
actually, it's, the writers are leaning into the direction of, Abe liking Joan and Joan liking Abe.
Well, they're probably going to avoid that because if we went there a little too soon, I think the show will be a little boring because there's nothing really else to explore on. In The Adventures of Ladybug and Cat Noir, it took 10 years for them to get together. And then it led to world destruction, so, But also, if they went with that couple, they might destroy another couple, Frida and Cleo, and they are the most couplest of couples, and it would lead to another riot like Gandhi if they broke up or became toxic. And I shouldn't say that because Gandhi actually offended a vast majority of people. I shouldn't say that. Oh guys, forgive me for saying that. Anyways, let me get back on track here. If Topher really did have feelings, Joan would obviously reject him. She'd be like, ugh, got me with a spoon. And realistically saying here, I don't want to say this, she'd probably chase after Abe. But I think Topher would try to white leverage Joan. And then that will be it for the entire season 3. Well, enough of the whole blabbering on. Let me tell you my predictions on who Joan is going to really get with, realistically speaking, and from my own mind speaking. Here is realistically. Here is what I think. But what I think is always right. So, that's it for this video. So, make sure to like and subscribe.